Dragon Fruit Man. Hi, Riley. Get my remote mic. I hope it works. How are ya? Happy Sunday. You love my video? Hi, Shells. Which video? Well, thank you. Can you hear me? Hi, Shells. Good morning, young lady. Hi, Riley. I'm using a remote mic. Can you guys hear me? Somebody's barking. Sounds good. Okay, thanks. Thank you. How are you today, Shells? Happy Sunday, everybody. Hi, Abigail. How are you? The one that you were shouting out the person. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a new it's a new segment. It's called Sunday Member of the Week, where I make a video on one of my members, to honor them and thank them for being a member. Thank you, Riley. That's nice of you to say. Abigail says hi, Shelly. She's doing wonderful. Good, Abigail. Shell says she's good, thanks. Also, hi, Abigail. Excuse me. Hi, Sono. Sono is all about freedom. Welcome, welcome. I know you, and I don't know why you are blue or aren't blue. We will make you. We're going to make you a blue avatar. Abigail says, hi, Sono. Abigail says, I love you guys. We love you too, Abigail. I'm going to start a poll. This poll is going to say, let me think of something else. Blue Squad, there you go. Dragon Fruit, you're sick? Oh, no. You're welcome, Sano. And how is everyone? I'm fantastic. How about yourself? Happy Sunday, everybody. It's a very beautiful morning here. Abigail says hi to Dragon Fruit. Here's the poll. Abigail's doing amazing. That's great, Abigail. That's great. Thank you for being here. Dragon Fruit sending, Dragon Fruit Man sending prayers to Sano. Thank you, Sano. Abigail's helping everybody mod. Thank you, Abigail. I do have my tea here. I'm going to show you. Really is tea time for me. Look at that. Beautiful cup of tea. Cheers, everybody. Hi, She Cooks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love you too, Abigail. It's coffee time for you. Yeah, have your coffee. Grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, glass of water, bottle of water, fruit drink. Shell says hi to She Cooks. She Cooks, how are you today? I just love your channel. I just love you. I think you are so creative. I just love it so much. Everybody, if you have not checked out our friend She Cooks and Roasts, you need to. She is fantastic. Shell's just finished hers. Might need another. There you go. It's Sunday. Why not, right? Shell says hi, She Cooks. So does Sano. Legendary Princess, hi. Good morning, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day. Coffee morning. Thank you, Princess. Thank you for being here. Please hit that like button, everybody, if you would. Everybody saying hi to Princess. Abigail says hi to her. She Cooks says hi to Princess. Princess says, hey, She Cooks. Shell says hi, Legendary. Dragon Fruit says 808. What is it? Oh, 808. Yes, 808. Yep. Sonal says hi to Legendary Princess. She Cooks. I've been sick since Thursday. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. How do you feel today? Princess says hey to Abigail. Oh my goodness, She Cooks. I'm so sorry. Princess says hi to Shells. Hi, Skits. Hey, buddy, how are you? Happy Sunday. Skits says good morning, Daisy and Chat. Happy Sunday to you all. Have a great day. Much love. Thank you, Skits. Same to you, buddy. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Love to you. I thank you so much for being here. Princess says, Sonal, hey. Sonal says she cooks. Feel better. Yeah, for sure. Shell says, hope you get better soon. She cooks. She says, a little bit better. Thank you. Oh, a little bit every day, girl. Just rest. Just rest. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, smash that like button. Thank you. Thank you, Dragon Fruit. Princess says, I hope you get better soon. I do too. She cooks. Sonal, thanks, Sonal. She cooks says, thanks, Sonal. Abigail says, hi, Skits, as does Shells. Sonal says, you're welcome. She cooks. Abigail says, get better. She cooks. Susanna, hi. Proud single mother. Oh, then I'm proud of you. And I'm sure you're doing a really good job, Susanna. Good for you. I was a single mom too. Good for you. You'll make it. I know there's days you probably don't feel like you'll make it, but you will. Sonal says hi to Susanna, as does Abigail. She cooks says hi to Skits. Hi, everybody. Just a special edition of Tea Time because I was going to be out here anyway. Enjoying my tea. Hi, Yogi. Everybody say hi and good morning to Yogi. All right, sorry about that. Abigail says hi to Susanna. Yogi, how are you today? Happy Sunday. She cooks says, yes, Susanna, you got this thing. Skit says, hi, Abigail. Hi, Shells. Hi, She Cooks. Hello, everyone in chat. I hope you're all shining your superstars. Skits, you're so great. You're so sweet. Yogi says, hi, Skits. She Cooks says, hi, Yogi. Skit says, hi, Yogi. Shell says, hi, Yogi. Sonal says, hi, Yogi. Yogi says, I'm good, thanks. Abigail says, hi to Yogi. Yogi says, hi to Shells. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. We have a beautiful day here. Clouds. Couple puffy clouds. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yogi says hi, Abigail and Dragonfruit and Sonal. Dragonfruit says hi, Yogi. Hi, Yogi. Yogi also says hi to She Cooks. All right, I'm starting a poll. It says it's Sunday. Wait, no. Okay. Yogi says, thanks for the awesome welcome, Daisy, and everyone in chat. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Okay. I am going to get some work done. Mm. Abigail says you're welcome. Everybody have a good night's sleep last night? I did. I slept pretty good. Abigail's cleaning her house and then going to church. That sounds lovely, Abigail. That sounds like a lovely Sunday. Abigail's always cleaning her house. Abigail, you must have the cleanest house of anybody I know. She Cooks says it sounds like a nice day, Abby. It sure does. It sure does. I'm doing a short video. That's good, Abigail. You got 7K yesterday? 7K what? You got 7K? Hi, Lucy Warren's World. Welcome, Lucy. How are you today, Lucy? I hope you're having a good day. Hi, Bradley. Good morning, everyone, says Bradley. Welcome, Bradley. Shell says, I'm going to Costco. I'd like to be there right before it opens. I've never been to a Costco. Shell says, hi, Lucy. Sono says, congratulations, Abigail. Abigail says hi to Bradley. You guys hear the birds? Sono says hi, Lucy. Hi, Bradley. Abigail says, hey, Lucy. Hello, everybody. Bradley, good morning. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Thank you, Bradley. Al says hi to Bradley. You guys hear the birds? Bradley says, hey, Shells, and good morning, Abigail. Good morning, everybody. 8:17. How was everybody today? Anybody doing anything fun? And I asked the poll is, are you going to have a family dinner? Family dinner Sunday? Anybody? The birds talk to you? Yeah, they talk to me too. I love the birds. I love watching them. I love listening to them. They talk to you every day, like a like a like a talking bird, or you mean just the regular birds? Susanna, welcome. Thank you. Susanna is our proud single mom for being here. Abigail says, I love you guys. I love you too. Belle says hi to Abigail. Bradley says, I love y'all. Thank you, Bradley. We love you too. Donald says, I love the birds. How can you not love the birds, right? Who doesn't love the birds? You're working on a balloon garland? That sounds interesting. Hi, Brylan Farm. Hey, Stacy, happy Sunday. How are you today? Abigail says hi to Brylan Farm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Says Abigail, love you too. Brylan says you too. Abigail says thanks for being awesome family. Belle says hi to Brylan. Donald says you. Love you. Brylan says hi, Abigail and Shell. Any plans today? I'm not sure. I got to get some work done, but maybe. There's a big event going on down here, so I'm hoping to be able to take you to it, but we'll see. Arlen says, hey, Sonal. Abigail. Yeah, Snow White is done. She's done. I can show her to you maybe tonight. If not tomorrow, maybe. Snow White is all done. Just checking her and triple checking her. Came out beautiful. Wait till you see her. I have Snow White now, and I have Jasmine. And the next one I'm working on, Cinderella. I'm going to start that probably this week sometime. A beautiful morning, you guys. Thank you for being here. Just sit and relax and enjoy the quiet. Dragon Fruit Man said, I said yes. You said yes to what? Yes, I have to go. I have some minor anxiety issues I need to address. Take care, everyone. Spread love. That's right, Skits. Smile. Remember, be happy. Love you all. Thank you, buddy. Hope you have a good day. Relax. Just try to breathe like Yogi tells you. Do your breathing. Much love to you, Skits. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody say goodbye to Skits. Okay? Thank you so much, buddy. Dragon Fruit says we're going to Outback. Awesome. Enjoy. Shell says take care, Skits. Skits is a great one. Judy Patootie. Abigail says, how's Daisy? She's good. She's in bed with her father. Rylan says bye to Skits. Abigail's such a cute dog. I just thought we'd come out for a little while. I really wanted to just say hello, and have my tea, and see if anybody wanted to chit chat. That's all. Don't show us. How about you, Stacy? Any plans today? Yesterday was the day you do your Starbucks, right? How about Sunday? Do you have family dinner today? I miss those family dinners, you guys. Enjoy them while you have them. One day you won't. Probably planting trees. That's a beautiful day. Anytime you can plant trees is a beautiful day. Starbucks and Aldi yesterday. Great. I knew you did the Starbucks. Weather permitting, I think you said. Cool. Probably got a ton from clearance. I don't know what that means, but that means he did some shopping, maybe? Your Hubs is a bargain hunter. I like it. Country lingo. Oh, Tractor Supply? Okay. I love Tractor Supply. And you know why I love Tractor Supply? Because my dog could go in there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, Tirana. Everybody say hi and good morning to Tirana. Ron says yes. Sono says hi. Hi, Tirana. Shell says, have a great Sunday, everyone. Gotta get going for the day. Thank you, Shells. Thank you, Shells. Have a great Sunday, okay? Do something fun. Do something fun for yourself. Bye, Shells. Everybody say bye to Shells. Thank you so much. Tirana, how are you? Sono says, take care, Shells. I came by to say hi. Got to do some PowerPoint project. Well, thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Please hit that like button, everybody. Shell says thanks. Aw, Shells is so sweet too. All of you guys are so nice and sweet. Why I like to hang out with you guys. Can you hear me now? Is this better? I'm using a remote mic. Is this any better? Yes. Okay. It must have fallen down. I had it pinned on my shirt. Much better. Okay. It's on my shirt and it must have fallen down. So I'm sorry, guys. Oh, but this tea is delicious. Da, 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 da. I'm working on one of those birdie bookmarks. Thank you, Sono. Thank you. Tirana says, okay, I might be back later. Got to do that project. Okay, Tirana, thank you. Thank you for being here. Abigail says, hi, Tirana. Hold on one second, guys. Well, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to cough, and I didn't want to cough in your ears. Nobody wants to hear that. Sonal says, you're welcome, Daisy. Hi, Ann. Ann from Ann's Place is here. My friend Ann, one of my besties. Hi, Ann. How are you? She says, hi, everyone. Ann is here, everyone. Say hello to Ann. Oh, are you, young lady? Brylan Farm says, hello, Anne. You guys know Anne from Anne's Place. Sonal also says, hi, Anne. Dun, dun, dun. Had a spontaneous live and didn't notice the time. We went over an hour. That's great, Anne. Are you liking it better? You're obviously you feel more comfortable, right? Good, good, good. I wish I would have saw you today. While I'm working, I'm playing you all day today. I have a lot to catch up on your channel, and I'm going to catch up today while I work later on the computer because I like to make sure I listen like your quiz shows. I like to listen to that stuff. So I'll be catching you later. I play music and write in the chat. Nice. Cheat. You do good. Brian says, leaving you running but going to pack sales in the other room. Have a great one. If we don't chat again, my friend and friends. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you so much, Stacy Brian Farm. Sorry, guys, we have a plane. I don't go on the panel. I just play music. It's good. Sonal says, take care, Brylan Farm. Brylan says, always my pleasure. Mine too, girl. Thank you. And says, have a good day, Brylan Farm. Brylan Farm says, you too, Sonal and Ann. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy, happy, happy Sunday. Ann says, hi to Sonal. Okay, can you hear me now? Hubby and Louie started clearing out the cellar. No way, Ann. Awesome. Came running out of there, white in their face. Oh no, what did they see? Oh no. Found a big rat's nest and says the rats are bigger than the cats in your basement. Oh my. You gonna put some traps down or something? Or wow. Yuck. I'm glad you didn't go down there and find that. Oh my goodness. So now you know where they hide. That's right. Now you can get them out. Yeah. Yeah, I would too. Ann says I would have had a heart attack. Me too. Me too. Ann says we're going to bingo. Oh, we're going to let Bingo in. He likes to kill them. Oh, there you go. I'm surprised your cats don't kill them. You can't use poison. Yeah, that's okay. Not with the cats. Okay, yep. Excuse me. I understand. Yep. Your cats run in fear? Oh, they're that big? So if they're that big, like, what are they eating? Are they eating, like, your fruit and stuff? Sonal says, "Anne's place, I get scared of rats more than mice." Yeah, I don't like either. I don't like vermin at all. No vermin. Hi, Lucy. Lucy Warrensworth giving us emojis. Thank you, Lucy. Anne says, "Yes, all my veggie shoots and steal the eggs." Oh, that's so, yep. Wow, Anne. Well, I'm glad you found them. Anne says, "Must have been them that got the hens, only the little chick." Right. Aw, that's terrible, Anne. And just because when we woke up one morning, it was gone. No evidence it ever existed. Aw, that's sad. Wow, Anne. Well, at least now you know. Yeah, must have been them. Yep. I have a few choice words, but I won't say them right here. I wouldn't call them darn rats. I'd say something even way worse. See, I told hubby for weeks now, I hear noises in there. Sounds like people moving stuff. You did. You did hear them then. Must have been them. Yeah. See, you're not crazy. You know what you hear. Wow, Anne. I wonder how long they were down there. Wow. Oh my goodness. See what I mean, you guys? Anne always has good stories, and they're true stories. He didn't believe you. Of course he didn't. Oh, Anne. See, that's why I love you so much. Anne just tells it like it is. How can you not love that? Oh, they do. I know. Don't you love it though? Did they say, "Hey, you were right"? That's hilarious. Yep. I love to hear those words. Oh, you were right. I'm like, what? Huh? Those are foreign words. You were right. It is super quiet right now. And so, oh, my Sanahan. Hello, 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 Sanahan. Welcome. And says, yeah, my toes are curling now. Sonal says, hi, Songahan. Hi, Songahan. Welcome. Beautiful view. Thank you, Song of Han. Ann says, I keep telling them I don't say stuff I don't really know, right? That's what I always say too, Anne. I'm like, if I'm telling you something, it is the truth. I'm telling you, this is it. I'm not making something up. You're eating toast. Enjoy that. Song of Han says, beautiful view. Also, hi to Sano and hi to Anne. Thank you, Song of Han. That's right, Anne. Right on, girlfriend. Right on. Anne says hi to Abigail. So does Song of Han. We have a plane. Anne says, hi, Song of Han. Song of Han says, is this your boat? No, we don't have a boat. We used to have a boat. You're right, Anne. I do. I do. We used to have a boat. I loved it. I said I'll give her a vote for Daisy, but she won't stop. Yeah, she'll send a boat over for Daisy. I'm not swapping you. No way, girl. I can't give up my Daisy Dukes. You're funny, Anne. You are funny this morning. I can't blame you. Aw, thanks. You have a whole beautiful little family there too, Anne. You wouldn't give her up. Yeah, I know you wouldn't. She's a real sweetie. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's kind of quiet. Enjoy the quiet for a minute. It only lasts for a minute. Anne says, when our Merlin, my ginger cat, was a kitten still, hubby's brother wanted him and kept begging me. And you said no every time, Anne? Did you eventually give in? I said no, never. But then hubby went and gave him, oh my goodness. Anne says, I said no, never. But then hubby went and gave him to them. So we almost got divorced over that. Wow, Anne. How long ago was that? No. They kept him 6 months and then threw him to the streets. Excuse me, no way. Oh, that's terrible. Tasso. Hi, Tasso. Haven't been around much as school and life keeps me busy currently. Hope you are well, Kelly. I am. I am. I hope you are too. And how's our Queen Linda? And Kitsos? How's everybody? Good to see you, Tasso. I know life gets busy. Don't you even worry. Whenever you can stop in, I'm always happy to see you. Ann says, I made hubby drive 6 hours to them and we went searching for him. Oh my God, they just let him go? Oh, it's terrible. We found him after a few hours and I brought him back. Oh my God, Ann. Sonal says, hi, Tasso. Tasso says, excuse me, Queen Linda and Kitos are great. Thanks very much for asking. And how are you? I hope you're doing good. MB's here. Good morning, Daisy and Chad. Hello, MB. Coco says, good morning, Daisy. Hi, Coco. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tasso says hi to Sangahan. Abigail says hi to B. B says, we're going to do a barbecue later for dinner. Oh, that sounds so good. Am I invited? And says, that's not the end of the story. Oh no, there's more. Tasso says, hi, Coco. As does MB. Abigail says, I love you, B. B says, hi, Abigail. Coco says, good morning, Tasso. Thank you, Tasso. Coco says hi to MB. Sonal and Abigail both say hi to Coco. Hi, Singularity. Good morning to you. How are you today? It's a tea time kind of morning. Coco says hi, Abigail. Sonal says hi, MB. Abigail says, I feel blessed with you guys. Thank you, Abigail. That's how I feel with you guys. Coco says hi, Abigail. Abigail says hi to Singularity Art. Abigail says, what is everyone's favorite memory of me? My favorite memory of you. Mm, your beautiful, lovely comments every day that brighten my day, Abigail. And B says, hi, Sonal. And she's using the emoji. Thank you. Larry says, good morning, Daisy and Chad. Good morning, Larry. How are you, buddy? Tina says, hi. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. You're not late, Tina. You're right on time. Singularity says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Everyone say good morning. Tasso says, hi, Tina. Ann's got more to the story, okay? After helping him for months to get over the trauma, they visited again, and the wife cried and cried she wants him back. Hubby said, I had a huge argument because I won't ever do that to him again. Good. Unbelievable, Ann. MB says, hi, Tina. Tasso says, hi, Larry. So does Abigail say, hi, Larry. Sonal says, hi, Tina. MB says, you too, Abigail. Glad we connected. Abigail's so fun. Coco says, hi, Sonal. Coco, how are you today? Happy Sunday, girl. Sonal says, hi to Larry. Coco says, hi, Larry. Ann says, they left hers without him, and they didn't speak to us for months. They left here. Sorry. And you don't care. I wouldn't care either. It would be like, bye-bye. Right? Abigail says, I feel like home. Thank you, Abigail. Tina says, I'm sick. Oh, feel better, Tina. Feel better. Sonal says, feel better, Tina. Coco says, hi, Ann. Abigail says, get better soon, Tina. MB says, hope you feel better soon, Tina. Coco says, hi to Singularity. Mike the Bike Dasher's here. We're using their emojis. Everybody, Mike the Bike Dasher is my Sunday member of the week. Check out my video about our friend Mike the Bike Dasher. Shows you what a wonderful, hardworking young man he is. And I am so glad to be his friend. Thank you, Mike, for being here and using the emojis. Tina says she's got a sore throat. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. Alfredo's here. Hi, Alfredo. He says, hello, Daisy. Alfredo, how are you, buddy? Good to see ya. Sonal says hi to Mike. Abigail does too. MB says, good morning, Mike, with emojis. Thank you, MB. Alfredo says, Tasso. Alfredo, how are you, buddy? Tasso says, hello, Alfredo. Ann says, he's still with us now 17 years later. That's a happy ending, Ann. That's a really frustrating story, but a happy ending. Good to know. 17 years. Awesome. Coco says, happy Sunday, everyone. Mike says, hello, Sonal, with emojis. Thank you, Mike. Tasso says, I summoned him, Daisy. Thank you, Tasso. Mike says, hi, Abigail. Tasso says, hello, Mike. Abigail says, hi, Tasso. Mike says, hi, Tasso, with emojis. Tina says, hey, Tasso, I'm sick right now. Tasso says, hi, Abigail. Sono says, Ann, I wouldn't either. Me either, Sono. Mm-mm. Alfredo says, haha, the power of Tasso. Tasso and Alfredo are like the tag team duo, right? The tag team, Alfredo and Tasso. Coco says, hi, Mike. Abigail says, I was singing yesterday. What were you singing, Abigail? What were you singing? Tasso says, get well soon, Tina. Excuse me. Alfredo says, good, my friend Kelly, with a H. Hey, Tasso. Tina says, do you do tea time Sunday through Friday, Robin? Usually, yes. I don't do Saturdays because a friend of mine does coffee time on Saturday. So I don't do Saturday. Tasso says, yes, the power, much power. Mike says, hi, Coco, with emojis. Thank you for the shout out video. Well, thank you for being amazing. Mike the Bite Dasher. Abigail says, my favorite song is Country Road. And B says, hi, Tasso. Tina says, you're all caught up. No, but I'm getting there. Alfredo says, Kelly, how come I listen to you so well? I don't know, Alfredo, but thank you. Mike says, hi to B with emojis. Tasso says, hi to B. Abigail says, I feel blessed with you. Oh, thank you, Abigail. So sweet. Ann says, and I knew they would do that to him. Told hubby so when they took him, and I was right. See, Ann, next time? Well, there won't be a next time. You won't let it happen again, but right? Why do we let them when we know we're right, right? Why? Sorry, Ann, but at least the kitty ended up where he was supposed to be. Alfredo says, wow, I listened so well, man. Tasso says, what did she say, Tina the Fire Emblem? Alfredo says, for me, it's like, let's learn English podcast. Ooh, I like it. Let's learn English. English. And says, many Turkish people love to take in kittens, and as soon as they grow to cats, they dump them to the streets. It's terrible, Anne. Terrible. Abigail says, hi, Alfredo. And Alfredo says, hi back to her. And says, that's why I kept all my rescue cats myself. I don't trust anyone. I can see why. I can see why. Tina says, I'm sorry, Morgan. I certainly don't want to spread my dark cloud over others. Tasso, feel better, Tina. Abigail says, no one can bring us down. That's right, Abigail. You tell them. Sonal says hi to Alfredo. Tina says, that was a mention of a storm cloud. Oh, see, I didn't know. Tassa says, oh, well, I think that's good, Tina, the fan of Fire Emblem. Keep the storm clouds under control. Alfredo says, hello, Sano. Abigail says, I went to a baby shower. How was the baby shower? Was it good? And Tina says, Lucina is keeping it under control. It's good, Tina. Anne says, that's nice, Abigail. It sure is, Abigail. Super nice. We have some squawky birds. Can you hear the birds when they squawky squawk? We have another plane overhead. Sorry, guys, I was holding the mic down. Abigail says, my best friend's having a baby girl. Oh, that's wonderful. Anne says, I love babies, but I'm glad I'm too old to have any now. Me too. Hi, Lisa. Lisa smiles a lot is here. Everybody say hi, Lisa. She says, good morning, everyone. Tina says, until Tuesday, Tasso. Abigail says hi to Lisa. Anne says, I had 4 myself, and I love it. They're all grown. That's right. I had 2, and that was enough. And they are grown as well. Kelly, my son says I'm crazy. Why? Which reason would he come up with? Sonal says, and some people who throw animals in the streets are cruel. Yeah, cruel, mean, terrible, bad people. Tina says, Potato hates my special powers, Tasso. Anne says, know what I did? What did you do? Abigail says, I'm sending prayers for everyone. Thank you, Abigail. Tasso says, "Aw, sweet potato. Kisses to Linda's twin." For Tina, the fire emblem. Tina, the fan of the fire emblem. And says, "I was watching a channel of this Russian guy who goes to remote villages and helps poor people there." What's Russia like? It's like so mysterious, you know. People speak a different language. They kind of look different. I mean, but they're just regular people. But it's Russia. Like, I don't know. You just hear bad, bad, bad things about that. And it could be, you know, a decent place. Who knows? Anybody ever been to Russia? Tasha says, "How is Chandler and the other doggo doing?" Tina, the fan of the Fire Emblem. And says, "Then he was talking to a family, and there was this beautiful girl, about 30, on it. And my son said, 'Oh, I will help her if she marries me.'" So I wrote that to the guy. Tina says, "Robin, did you know what Lucina said?" "I'm sorry, Morgan. I certainly don't want to spread my dark cloud over others." Thank you, Tina. Try to turn that dark cloud into some sunshiny skies. Russia. How far away is Russia from where you live, Anne? Anne says, "I was watching a channel of this Russian guy who goes to remote villages and helps poor people there. Then he was talking to a family, and there was this beautiful girl, about 30, on it. My son said, 'Oh, I will help her if she marries me.'" So Anne says, "Oh, I wrote that to the guy, and it's getting lots of responses." Tina says, "Chandler is doing great. Unlike the other dog, he hates me so much." Anne says, "Quite far." "Oh, Russia's quite far. Okay." Tasso says, "Oh, okay, Tina. What's the other dog's name again?" "Troutmaster. Good morning. Hi, Troutmaster. Welcome." "Didymus. He's with my friend, unlike Chandler," says Tina. "Maybe you are a bit crazy." "Maybe. And what do you mean by a bit?" "What do you mean by you're a bit crazy?" "I'm joking, just so you know. I'm joking." "Good morning, Trout Master," says Sono. We have another plane, you guys, another plane. Hi, Bailey the Pomsky. How are you? Good to see you. Sono says, "Good morning, Trout Master." Ann says, "But he is looking for a wife. There are many men that take Russian brides." Hmm. Is it a language barrier? Is there a language barrier there? Hello, Bailey. Trout says, "Good morning, Sono." Ann says, "And some of them work out well." Really? Tina says, "Oh, Tasso, I forgot to say hi to Alfredo, but he left." Tina says, "Hey, Bailey." Sono says, "Good morning, Bailey." Good morning, Bailey. How are you? It's been a while. It's always good to see you, Bailey Lepomsky. Welcome, welcome. She says, Bailey Lepomsky says, "Good." And hello to the chat. Anne says, "They live terrible there, Kelly." Ew. Really? In Russia? Yeah, that's one place I would never really want to go. I mean, I'd like to see it, but I wouldn't really want to stay there. They're basically forgotten people in those remote villages. Oh my goodness, really? Wow, Anne. Well, Anne's always got these great stories, like I said, and they're always true stories. So if you ever want to have a nice, cool conversation with somebody, sit down with Anne. Yeah, and this guy is an angel doing what he's doing for them. Aw, how sweet. Someone says, I would go there for vacation. You would go to Russia? Really? Bailey says, congratulations on almost three. Oh, thank you, Bailey. Yeah, everybody. We are closing in on 3,000 subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The boy and his dog. Blessed Sunday, everyone. Hi, the boy and his dog. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, happy Sunday. Good to see everybody. And says, if you want to see some of it, his channel is called Messiah in the Hay. Thank you, Anne. Anne, can you drop a link? Anne says, I can. Okay, Anne's going to drop a link for this guy. He's in Russia and he goes to the remote villages and helps these people who are basically forgotten by their government and their country. That's pretty sad. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. And there it is, everybody. There's the link. Okay, and I'm going to hit on that right now so that okay, so that I can subscribe. There we go. Wowza, wowza. Okay. Thank you, Anne. I'm sure that's very interesting. I'm going to take a look at that. Old and young live in terrible conditions. Aw, that's awful. And many are disabled. Mm, wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Hit that like button if you would, you guys. Certainly appreciate it. Mike says Sonal is all about freedom. I connected to your channel. Thank you, Mike. Good. Sonal says, sorry, Daisy, I didn't know you were talking about Russia. Oh, yes. She was talking about Russia. Yes, that's okay. No worries. Would anybody here want to go to Russia on a vacation? He was an actor and stuntman for years, collected his money, and now him and his dad, who also has money, goes from village to village helping people however they can. That's so wonderful. It's so rare. Yeah. If you know what, if I had the money, I would love to do something like that or help somebody somehow because I know what it's like to be less fortunate. I lived that life for a long, long, long time. Solo says thanks to Mike. Yeah. We have a bird singing. We have a bird singing. Can you guys hear the bird? It stopped. It's super quiet. You know what, Ann? I'm gonna pin that comment. Wait a minute, I have to do it on the phone. Hold on. He buys them appliances where they need it and groceries every month, and he brings people to hospitals if they need it. That's wonderful.